Alright, making this part in Fusion, I'm going to start with a circle and assume those bags are, say, 1.5 inches diameter, 1.5 inches. Offset that. Let's do 5 inches. And extrude both of those up 2.5 inches. I think I ended up doing 3 inches. Then for the cap, I'm going to offset 12.5, 1/2 inch. Change that below. Surface is going to go modify, split body, select your body. For the splitting tool, select that construction plane and go back to solid. On bodies, create components from bodies and hide that construction face and remove that cap. On here, draw your circle that was 25. Sorry, that was 1.5 inches. And offset that, let's say 2.5 millimeters for the threads. That cap is 12 inches tall, so we'll extrude this 9 millimeters. Create a thread. Oh, normally you'd create a thread, but that doesn't work in this case. We're going to have to create a coil on this face from the center point to that edge. So we're going to, it's not going to snap. Create a coil on this face from the center point to the edge. Now it's going to snap. So change circular to triangular internal. On center, we'll do this at 2.5 as a thickness for the that might be too thick. We'll do 1.75 as the thickness for the thread. We'll do 4 revolutions at 12 millimeters. Sorry, height changes to 12 millimeters. So now we have a spiral cap. I want to fix these threads going into the body, so I'm going to split body with this face again. Open that up, go to my bodies, and hide the threads. Just go onto here and extrude both of those, -15. Join to repair that. Then go back to solid, modify, combine the threads in the main body. Don't make sure keep tools isn't selected. Click that and drag it down to the bottom face. And then if you want to stay 3 millimeters off, you can add 3 millimeters to what you're cutting. And then we'll go back to the cap. So we'll modify, combine. The target body will be the cap. The tool body will be the one with the threads. We'll cut and keep tool. So now we'll turn the body off and look at the cap. Extrude that down to that face. Right, and now we have a part that will screw onto there. Then I'm going to create a thread. Sorry, again. Create a coil on the bottom face from here to that outer line. And this one, I'm going to drag that up. Revolutions, I'm going to put 1. And I'll keep the height, the angle, the diameter. I might actually just want to sketch that on. Start a sketch on that bottom face. No, I will have to do a thread. Okay, so we're back at this step. Create a coil from here to here. Drag that up. 1 revolution, circular. Change the section size to, I don't know, 2, 5. Okay. And then we can create a pattern, circular. We're going to have to lower the starting point. So let me edit feature. I don't know if that can go lower. So what I can do is create, sweep that profile along that path and go -8. Maybe see if that works. I don't think that will. So what I'll have to do is construct an offset plane. We'll go 15. We'll open our construction again, turn that top face off, create a sketch here, and project right there. And what we can actually do is we can make a circle. Let's open our origin, slightly bigger. Circle. Okay, I got the circle on here. We can make that slightly bigger. That way, when we go to, we can hit finish sketch, create coil on this face, attach to that, go up here, and then we'll do on center. Now we can do a slightly larger diameter since we're outside more, but we're going to go smaller than this. We'll do 8. 12. All right, so now that's cut all the way through. It's cutting into the threads. So just edit, 6. Section size. Let's do 10. 10 will work. And then create pattern, circular pattern. Go to features, select that coil. The axis is going to be, you might have to hide the bodies, but the axis is going to be right there. Turn your body back on. And then for quantity, let's say 15. And you can just slide these up. So I'm at 18. And that looks like most of it should be covered. Do 19 for good measure. And then the last thing you might want to do is take this face. Oh, sorry, you don't want to sketch onto it. You want to construct, offset, drag that out to wherever you want. And then you could just go to dog bone outline. And then what I would do is save image as, download, save, go to convert IO, choose file, pick your dog bone to SVG. So once you get that, download. Now I should have an SVG right there. You go back into Fusion, click onto there, tilt that sideways, and insert SVG from my computer. I'm going to go to downloads where it's at, click on it. Now I can angle that and scale it and drag it onto my drawing. And this is the part that you want the bags to fit through. You also want it kind of centered. So maybe right there, hit OK. And I would extrude both of those to that plane. That's the opening for the bags. You might want to raise it a little bit to keep it off that edge. You've got the threads on top, and then the last part would be the hook. You could just do, let's see how I would do that. Create a sketch from the top